Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, welcome to another episode of the 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke in the building. Holla at my boy Dre. What's going on? How you doing, man?
Yo, what up, everybody? Great to be back in the building with the family. What's good, my brothers? How y'all doing?
I'm also in the building, my brother Kesey.
What's good, good people? Glad to be.
I hate y'all, man.
I'm not even gonna go there. Good to be in the building with y'all again, man. Let's get it.
All right, Dre, you want to go ahead and?
I owed you a few, man.
This what we doing? You know what? This what we doing? That's cool.
I owed you.
No. Go ahead.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Happy holidays, y'all.
No, everybody had a great. Have we recorded since Thanksgiving? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we did Sunday.
Well, I guess we forgot. Happy Thanksgiving and all the other holidays for people we didn't celebrate. Injury report. The Atlanta Hawks are without John Collins. He is out with a left ankle sprain. He is out for 2 weeks. The Brooklyn Nets are without Ben Simmons. Anyone not surprised? A calf strain. He will miss the next 3 games. The Nuggets are without Michael Porter Jr. He is out with a heel injury. The Timberwolves, Cat, is out up to 6 weeks with a right calf strain. That experiment is not going good. Anybody agree?
It depends. Okay. I think they're missing leadership more than anything.
And injury list, one I'll put in here. Chris Middleton is back.
How's that on injury list?
Well, he's off the injury list now, and he's looking like old Chris. Yeah. I'm happy to see Chris Middleton back. Even though we lost.
And we didn't get the dub, but I am glad to see Chris Middleton back.
Best game of the season, though. And so far, best game that I've watched all season was between the Lakers and the Bucks on Friday night. Great game. Great game.
I'm going to have to agree a little bit, somewhat. It was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was good finally seeing Anthony Davis playing in his rare form like he should be playing almost every night against the Freak. You know what I mean? He brought his A game.
Russ had no turnovers.
I think the Bucks and Giannis is gonna get that energy from the Lakers and Anthony Davis every time we play them now. Because last time, before this time, he demolished him, and everybody was talking about he's the best power forward, such and such. Mm-hmm. So now he's gonna get that energy every single time, and I think this time the Bucks weren't ready for it. But next time they'll definitely be ready. So I think they were trying to adjust because again that was Middleton's first game back. They were trying to fit him into the lineup, and the Bucks missed some shots. Man, they missed a lot of shots they should have made. But it was a great game to see. Giannis is a freak of nature. Anthony Davis, I'm sorry for trading you, but I still not really, because it's a long season. I would say it's a long season,
and he's fragile.
He's balling out.
He had a great 7 games. The Lakers are probably the best start. I'll say this about Anthony Davis: this is the best I've seen him as a Laker, bubble included. Bubble included. So,
well, getting to our shoot around segment. Tone, if you want to pull a clip, I know, right?
Edit that out.
But yeah, we're gonna get right straight into it. I got a clip that is a throwback from last week when we were talking about the Jerry Jones photo. This is a throwback to that. Just want to kind of hear you guys' thoughts.
Why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that. Okay. Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy. We're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, Black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a Black man, as a Black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes. I get it. It seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
Like I said before, this is a thought. Can I get there? You want to do it? That's cool.
Do it now.
So like I said before, this is a throwback. Well, the topic is a throwback of what we talked about last week as far as our opinions on the Jerry Jones photo. I'll just say that, a lot of times, to me, LeBron James kind of shies away from this type of stuff, or he says a little bit and not enough, and he gets a lot of criticism. I think this is one of those moments where he was right on point, and I did myself, even though I was critical of Kyrie, I did see that the media was like really pushing it and really looking for him to slip up again, and he didn't fall for it the second time, but he fell for it the first time. But it's neither here nor there. I'm just very little preemptive, but this is a shout out to James for being on point. Gentlemen, Kesey, this is your boy.
I'm with the king on this one. I mean, it's like they trying to bury it. Like they're not talking about it. They're not questioning him about it, but they want to question him about everything else, though, right?
Mm-hmm. They did question him about that Kyrie right away.
Right away. And then they wouldn't stop asking about it.
No.
Every interview he had or every time he had a post-game comment, that's because what they brought up. So what about Kyrie not still playing? What about this about Kyrie? What about that? Nobody's still talking about that photo. It's like, well, let's move on. But when it comes to us, it's not move on. It's let's keep resurfacing. Let's keep talking about it. Let's keep burying us in it. That's the only part I don't get. Is if you're gonna do it across the board, not just for us.
Jerry Jones photo, I told you all about it last week. When we were 14, we knew better. People were like, no, it's the old South. It was 65 years ago. You still have to address trauma that you caused people. And that photo coming back around was traumatic for Black people, especially. Jerry Jones owes the world. I might even say he owes the world an explanation, but he can just get on there and say, I was a young, stupid kid, and I apologize for what I did 65 years ago, still brings so much trauma and pain. He also needs to get on television and denounce racism. And he needs to get on TV and write some checks to causes that help fight injustices and inequalities. So LeBron James was right on point. More than an athlete, he is not a shut up and dribble kind of player. He never has been. And I think his words were right on point. I have not watched Stephen A. since he made those comments about Jerry Jones. I can't watch it anyway because him and a crazy dude, Michael Irvin, you can't even hear what they're saying. And so,
well, first of all, he's hyped about them boys. But that's a whole nother.
He seemed like he owned a little bit more than that. But anyway, LeBron James. I've always said this. He's not my favorite player on the court, but he is easily my favorite player off the court for what he does for his community. LeBron James is the epitome of lifting up his people. If people want to look at what he does, look at his school in Akron. Mm-hmm. Look what he did to Cleveland. The man drove $1 billion into the city of Cleveland, just for being a basketball player. And when you sweep things under the rug for rich owners and you crucify Kyrie, who we all agreed was Kyrie was out of line, but what the Nets wanted him to do was overboard. I agree with that. I think it was overboard. I said it on three episodes ago. Shout out to LeBron for standing up and calling out the media bias. That's all he did. He didn't play the race card. He just called out a very obvious media bias. I'm with the king on this one.
All right. That brother, round of applause.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Well, first of all, would you like to hear what Jerry Jones said after that?
Oh, so he spoke after LeBron?
Would you like to hear?
Yeah,
sure would.
Sure would.
So, despite James' criticism of the Cowboys owner, Jones simply responded by praising the NBA superstar. First of all, you have to hear me say how much I think of LeBron. Jones told 105.3 The Fan, I don't know of anybody I respect more. I don't know of anybody that has taken every opportunity he had and maximized it. Not only has he been a great ambassador for sport, he has taken sports, he has taken his vineyards and used those platforms. Certainly, he has influence, and just because of all of the above, his accomplishments, how he has utilized his sport, and how he has utilized his platform, how he has done it, how he has embraced basketball. He's more a lot of people, a lot of money. I hope I have too. Now, my thing about that is this. My thing about that is this.
Let me see that.
Hold on. My thing about that is this.
Oh man,
Jerry
I'll tell you
Jones.
once bro's done, because mine is simple. But go ahead.
Jerry Jones is about the dollar. That's all he about. He don't care about nothing else. As far as the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, him denouncing racism and all that kind of stuff like that, like that's cool. And it to me, and I'm not even biased about this because, like, you know, Dallas Cowboys is my favorite team, but I know who that is. He's an old white man. So I'd rather Jerry Jones not say nothing.
But what does that have to do with it? He's an old white man. Because I know hold up. I'm asking you a question now. Because I know a lot of old white men who don't think like Jerry Jones, who are the exact opposite of Jerry Jones. So let's not put old white men and categorize them. Let's just keep it to Jerry Jones and what you think about Jerry Jones.
I'm categorizing it just because even though there are some woke older white men out there, majority of them are like either A, they like Jerry Jones, all about the bottom dollar, or B, they're the Clippers owner or the Phoenix Suns owner. Like they just don't know or don't care. So it's one of those things where, like, I hear what you're saying as far as denouncing racism and making a stand and making a line in the sand. I get all that, but because he's not saying in this little speech, everything I just said, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. He just said, you know what? I respect LeBron James. I have nothing against him. He getting money. I hope we can get money together. That's it. LeBron James' favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. LeBron James has been to the stadium multiple times
with Jerry Jones
in Jerry Jones' suite in a Jerry Jones Dallas Cowboys uniform. So I'm not saying that they ain't cahoots or anything like that. And like I know what it is, and I think every black fan athlete know where Jerry Jones stands.
My pastor today at church, he preached on a great message, and one of the great lines was, sometimes the truth has to cut. We can be friends, we can be boys, and you can tell me, Dre, you was out of order.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, you can tell Kesey he was out of order. Kesey gonna fight with you. I'm gonna say, show me some facts, right? The truth shall set thee free, right? Sometimes the truth has to cut. So LeBron James saying that it was truthful, and Jerry Jones knew it was truthful. But let me tell you what Jerry Jones did. I do it all the time as an administrator.
Tap dance around it?
He basically said, okay, cool. The show goes on. That's basically what Jerry Jones said. He said, I acknowledge your comments. He almost thanked him for his comments without saying thank you. He basically said, LeBron, thank you, but the game is next week at 12 o'clock. Are you coming or not? That's basically what he did.
And James said, I'll be there.
And I don't know about that, but what I will give Jerry Jones credit for, very little, he didn't go and attack LeBron, because some people would have got defensive and went on full attack mode. He praised LeBron, praised him like the King of Kings.
That's why. Like, I didn't want to interrupt you, but that's my thing. Like, Jerry Jones, like, okay, that's cool, thanks. Anyways, so guys, we play next week. Okay,
are you coming?
See, my problem with it is the praise is a deflection. from what was really going on.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
He's supposed to be like, you know what? I was young, like Dre said. I was young, dumb, and I made a mistake. I've learned to value my organization, my players, my staff. He's supposed to address all of them, all of the minorities that work for him, all of the minority players that play for him, and then go into praising LeBron and all of that. He went about it by just like basically dancing around, giving credit to who he has on this team and who he has in this organization. He didn't even approach that situation at all. Really, to me, he basically, like you said, he said the show goes on. So, oh well. Oh, let's move on. Next question.
I mean, I do it sometimes, and it doesn't happen often, but I remember a couple years ago. No, it doesn't. I got an angry email from a parent, very angry. And my response was, "Thank you for your remarks. Would you like your child to still be in this program or not?" That was my response.
I mean, you got to call her, man. You call her back, call her.
And that child stayed in the program. All right? They stayed in the program. And so, again, I think all Jerry Jones literally has to say, I was a young, stupid kid like we all once were. That is not who I am. That is not where I believe. That is not where I stand. I am fully in support of equality, and I am not a racist, nor do I stand for racism. Something along those lines, and this whole thing will be put to bed. Because first of all, nothing's going to happen to Jerry Jones. Nothing shouldn't happen to Jerry Jones. He was 14, 65 years ago. I've said that in the last podcast. He shouldn't lose his team. He shouldn't pay no fines, but he needs to address the fact that it is him in this photo. He was young. He was trained that way, and that's not who he is today. If he wants people to believe that.
But didn't somebody just lose endorsements for something they did many, many years before they came who they were?
It was different when you're the owner. When you're the owner, you're the one writing the checks. You're the one paying the bills, right? So that's a little different. Now, if he was a player, I'm sure this story would be different. I'm sure it would be different.
Jerry Jones didn't have to say what he said. He could have been like, "Yeah, I heard it. I heard what LeBron said."
No comment.
No comment.
Literally.
What you gonna do?
Literally.
He a billionaire. Billionaires ain't gotta apologize to nobody. Anyway.
See, that's what's wrong with America.
Yeah, well, that's a whole discussion for a whole. That's a whole discussion for a whole nother day.
Yeah.
But I'm with the king. Regardless, I'm with the king.
Oh yeah.
And I still believe Jerry Jones didn't really address it the way he should have.
And he won't.
Let me ask you this question before we shut it. Before we shut it down. Well, let me ask you this question because Dre already answered it. Do you think he need to denounce racism?
Yes.
All right. I don't think he does.
It says it on their field. It says in racism. All he literally has to get up and say on our field, it says in racism in our end zone. And I believe we need to do that in America.
But he don't want to offend some of his hierarchy.
He doesn't want to offend his racist friends. Just say it.
Yeah.
It's true. Not everybody in the world is racist. I'm not that guy to believe that. But in the world of money, you have to be careful. I'm a nonprofit person. We have to be careful who we offend, what we say, what we do, where we go. So in the world, the most powerful thing on earth is green and it's money.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Moving on. I hate my friends. I hate my friends. Anyways, back on to the NBA. Now we are a quarter into this thing. Yeah. Now, at the beginning of the season, every year, I want to be like, hey man, let's pull up these predictions for MVPs and such and such and such. And every year, Kesey like, whoa, we gotta see 20 games and see what these players are about.
He only says that when the Lakers are losing. When they're winning, he'd be ready to give LeBron the trophy.
Ooh.
Oh, my bad. You sit right there. My bad.
So you mean to say that in my ear?
So you said that, right? Uh-huh. But out of the last 4 seasons, how many winning seasons have LeBron had?
They won the championship 2 seasons ago.
No, that was 3 seasons ago.
They won the championship.
That was 3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago.
It was 3 years ago.
They won the championship 2 seasons ago. Lakers, Bucks, Golden State. It was 2 seasons ago. The season before that, they made the playoffs. Last year they were injured.
Whoa.
It's
They
okay.
had to play in.
I'm sorry. But you know,
The
I'm
year
right.
before that, but what about the year before that when LeBron was hurt?
You know, I'm
With
right.
Kuz and all of them, remember?
You still called him the best player in the game.
He still might be the top player in the game to me.
Top. Come on, man. Let's. We're not going now. We're not going
I
to do.
don't like that you stand with your team because you've been falsifying.
I'm not staying with my. I'm not a Laker fan. I said that before, and I'll say it again.
I will say this.
I am a Bucks fan.
He's a Bucks
fan. I know
fan.
you are. Relax.
But I am a LeBron fan. Yes,
you
I am.
a Lebanon James fan.
Okay, now MVP. That has been the main. We're not gonna do all these awards. We're just gonna do a couple.
We should do them all. We got time.
We don't have time.
Keep it going. Come on. Keep the momentum going.
So we don't have time to do all of them. So we're just gonna do a few.
Do all of them.
We don't have a time to do all of them. So we'll just do a few.
I don't appreciate it, Tone. I want my time to start at
MVP. Now this has been a big discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We had this. This is who is in the top 10. I'm just gonna give you the top 10.
Oh, we ain't got time to do all the awards, but you want to go? 10.
You know what? We don't have time to do top 10. No, we don't have time to do top 10 either. Who do you have for your MVP?
You want us to just pick one, or can we pick two, like our top two? What do you want us to?
How many do you have?
There's actually quite a few I would consider.
Go ahead.
I would consider.
I'm gonna let you rock out, even though you don't let me rock.
I would consider Anthony Davis.
Woo!
You got to look at his last 8 games. I'm not saying he should win it, but he should be in talks.
You're saying Anthony Davis in I'll give you 3. Top 3 candidates. No. You're putting Anthony Davis in there.
I said he has to be considered.
Give 5.
Go ahead.
Okay, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum. You want to put them in order?
No,
okay.
Just put them.
No. I'll just do 3. I'm not going to do 5. That's too many. Anthony Davis has to be considered, but since we're talking about the 20 games in, we'll take them off. Luka, unfortunately, Jason Tatum, and Giannis. Those are the 3 in that order.
That's your 3.
Those are the 3 right now that are front runners for MVP.
Giannis is your number 1.
Giannis is my number 1.
Go ahead, Kesey.
I'm gonna have to go with Giannis at number 1. Tatum at 2.
Say it. And you don't want to say it. Say it.
And as bad as I have to say it, I'm gonna go with Steph at 3 right now.
Wow, over Joker.
Yeah. Over Luka?
Joker is playing some really. Steph is playing some really good basketball.
He's been here. He has been all year.
He's been playing since day one like that.
All year.
So you gotta give him credit.
So let me ask you this, because he jumped down my throat before Zeke goes. Anthony Davis, you don't think he should be in consideration for right now? Because it's because of him the Lakers are 7-1 in their last 8 games, or 8-2 or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. He's averaging
7-3 in their last 10.
He's averaging a double. He's averaging a double-double, a high double-double. Okay,
ain't did it since Shaq.
It has not been done. Anthony Davis right now, he has the Lakers looking like contenders. They're number 4. What? They're a couple games. Aren't they in 4th place now?
But
something like that.
In the Western Conference, and that's a tribute to. I know you're a Lebanon James fan, but this success, my friend, is on the back of Anthony Davis.
Sorry to interrupt you, but think about that. Think about this though. The last 3 years. The last 3 years.
That's an inside joke. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Keith.
We appreciate that you acknowledge how bad you are. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
I appreciate that. Go ahead.
For the last,
but can I? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
For the last 3 seasons, what have I said about the Lakers?
Their success depends on. Are you asking us?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Anthony Davis.
Their success depends on AD.
So when AD is playing the caliber basketball he's playing, they are contenders. If he don't play like that, they're not contenders. That's why they brought him in, so he can be the number 1 guy, and LeBron can take the step back and be number 2.
You know what's funny about that? Here's the thing about that. You're right. I don't deny that. But, and I'm going to rearrange this, but rearrange our outline here. I don't think Anthony Davis is going to finish the season.
Oh.
I don't think Anthony Davis is going to play 50 games this year.
Why?
He's
what do you mean, why? Because the sun is shining and it's cold outside.
Why you want to jinx that, brother?
I ain't jinxing it. I'm just saying my opinion. I don't think he's gonna play 50 games this year.
He had 44 on the Bucks.
44.
Yeah.
So
not a lot of players score 40 on the Bucks.
Let me clarify. Let me clarify our earlier comment. The Lakers are 4 games out of 8. They're not in 4. They're 4 games out of an 8th spot in the playoffs. Let me clarify that. But it's because of AD that they're even that far.
So for me, AD's not even on my top 10, let alone 3.
No. Remember, I said he should be considered, especially if he keeps playing like this.
So you can't name 10 players that's better than him right now.
You
maybe
cannot.
5 or 6.
You cannot. And
maybe 5.
No,
you can't name 10 right now.
That's playing MVP
that's
level.
Playing MVP level
better
right now.
Than AD.
Right now,
better than AD. Not MVP level.
I'm not
playing better than AD.
This is in no particular order.
Because hold up, none of the 3 that we named are playing better than AD.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Giannis is.
Okay, besides Giannis.
Luka is.
No, he's not.
They're losing.
They're losing, but he's averaging.
But AD is doing what he's doing, and they're winning.
We got to get your 3 out.
You want me to get my 3 out, or you want me to name 10 players playing better than AD?
You want both. Do the 10 better than AD, and then do your 3.
Okay, here's my 3. My 3 is number 3 is Giannis. Number 2 is Luka. Number 1 is Jason Tatum. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Now, here's the thing.
Why is Giannis ranked so low on your list?
Giannis is ranked lower on my list because
below Luka, bro.
Below Luka, y'all don't like Luka for personal reasons. I don't know why, but y'all don't like Luka for personal reasons.
The Bucks got a better record, and the Bucks are playing better basketball because of Giannis. That's why I picked Giannis where I picked Giannis. MVP is the most valuable player because he's the most valuable player.
We're gonna have
Giannis is averaging a double-double. Luka's only doing well in points.
Luka's doing
and okay in rebounds. Okay in rebounds.
Assists.
Giannis is averaging a double-double.
He should. He's power forward. My thing, if Giannis wins MVP, hey, it's not like I hate Giannis here. I'm also a fan of I'm talking about the individual here. MVP is an individual award, is it not?
It is.
So your team winning does have some merit, but what I'm saying is we're talking about individual awards here. These 3 guys in this order to me are changing the game. So when you talk about Jason Tatum, his team is the best team in the league right now, and he's averaging about 30-something points a game. He's doing it on both sides of the ball. He's coming into that leadership role. To me, hold on a second. To me, Luka is. Remember James Harden with the Rockets and how he was just his MVP season and he was just like balling out of control. That's how I look at Luka. Is his team winning? Is his team the best team in the league? No, they'll probably make the playoffs, but individually, Luka's balling. Giannis is in that gray area where he is a freak of nature and he do what he do. Win or lose, Giannis gonna give you a double-double.
Y'all know why y'all pissing me off with this now?
Who's y'all?
Well, him and the people who think like him.
I'm listening.
He's getting that treatment, like Kendrick Perkins said.
The LeBron James treatment.
They're tired of his greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis does what he does, and they think it's boring.
I'm not saying it's boring.
Yeah, it is. That's why y'all act like boring. Y'all act like it's nothing.
I know. I'm not saying it's boring. I'm saying, okay, cool.
Why?
Now what?
What about Luka? Why not? Okay, cool.
Because Luka's because the thing about Luka is it's not like he's at this level and then he's not going nowhere. He's up in his game.
But then also you talking about Tatum and you put Tatum up there.
I put Tatum.
And Tatum has the most complete roster in the league.
Well, and here's my thing.
Yes and no.
You called
complete roster. I'm talking
yes and no.
Complete.
Yes and no.
You called the Celtics the best team. They have the best record. They're not the best team. Because now that Chris Middleton is back, I can't wait for the Bucks to play ball.
We'll see in Christmas.
Oh, we certainly will see it.
I don't doubt the Bucks will beat them. I feel like the Bucks are a better team than them. I said they have the best. Well, I said they're the best team, but they have the best record in the NBA right now.
Boston's not even a better team than the Phoenix Suns.
Stop that.
They're not.
Stop that.
Phoenix is the number one team. They've been beating teams in the number one record in the West. They've been dominating teams when they play them. Devin Booker, who is also a early MVP candidate as well, is playing just as good as Jason Tatum. And don't get me wrong, Jason Tatum is a superstar. He is a bona fide superstar who I actually like. I put him as one of my top, what do we do, under 25 or something like that?
Yeah.
I put him as one of my top 3. But Boston, they are not the best team. They just have the best record, and it's only by 1 game.
There's whether you think they're the best team or not, that record says they're the best team.
They only
does the record say
they only
the best
got
team?
one more. They only got one less loss than the Bucks.
That's it.
What does that mean?
1,
4, 3, 4. If we win a playoff series 4-3, we only won by 1 game, but we still won.
We're not talking about a playoff series. We're talking about a record.
Fine, a record. If they end the season with the best record in the league, guess what? They're the best team.
And without our second best player, none this season yet.
I get that.
None.
The Bucks have accomplished some great things.
So,
but what I'm saying to you is, the Boston Celtics have the best record in the league.
That's what you're saying now. You said
I'm saying that
team.
right.
Earlier
I
you
did.
said best
You're right.
team.
I misspoke.
Okay.
They have the best record in the league.
I will give you that. That's fact.
So, with that being said, it's not like Jason Tatum just putting up 20. He's putting up 30. And I think he just dropped 50. And then he just dropped 40 right after that.
And he's still at number 1. Jason Tatum is averaging less than Luka and less than Giannis.
Well,
he's number 1.
And he also has a really good teammate and Jaylen Brown.
He's averaging less.
Those other 2 guys do not. Up to this point. Okay.
10 players better than Anthony Davis.
Well,
now.
The 3 I just included. The 3 I just included, we got Devin Booker, Stephen Curry.
No to Devin Booker. Better than Anthony Davis.
Okay, he just dropped 52. He just dropped 50, shooting 80% from the field.
I bet he did. He's a ball hog.
52, next. So that's only 6 points more than what he just scored on a very good defensive team. Who did he score?
80%
Who did he score that on, though?
I don't know
who did he score that on.
The 52?
Yeah.
Devin Booker?
Who did he score the 52 on? That's what I want you to go back and look at.
Stephen Curry, who's just been balling all year.
Yep.
Kevin Durant is starting to come up, but I would pick him over AD. John Morant. John Morant. Really? All right, cool.
These players are good, but they're not Anthony Davis good.
Bro,
Anthony Davis has had a good 2 weeks. Show me a month. Show me a month.
It's been a month.
It's been 2 weeks.
A stretch.
7 games. We just said 7 games.
No, 10.
He's been
on
okay,
for 10
2 weeks. Show me a month.
They play 10 games a month, bro.
They play like 10. They're like 12,
Booker,
13.
To answer
if
Keith,
he ain't hurt, then he balling. If he ain't hurt.
Devin Booker scored 51 points against, y'all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Against the 9-13 ranked number 12 Chicago Bulls.
Hey. Kobe scored 80 against Toronto when they sucked.
And I don't know why people were praising that.
Oh, come on, man. Stop
because it was 81 points on some scrubs.
And LeBron James has done worse against, done better against scrubs. Don't act like this ain't no new thing.
And LeBron has done great against some elites, too.
He ain't scored 50.
Go look it up.
Here we go.
He's triple-double.
Y'all ask me a question. I'm answering a question.
We appreciate that. That's good. That's
your
good.
opinion, man.
That's good. That's good.
All right, we just had a nice little discussion about MVP, which I like. Defensive Player of the Year.
Ooh, now that was not as easy because there's some cats balling. Brooke Lopez has 7 blocks in the Lakers.
Now check that out. Here's the front runners for this. Here's the front runners so far this year. AD.
Who?
AD.
Anthony Davis.
Bam.
Bam. Who?
Adebayo.
This other don't even know his name. I know his. It's an OG. From Toronto.
OG
Hey, is that Siakam?
No. OJ Ujuana or something like that.
Something like that. And then Brooke Lopez and Giannis.
Yep.
Those are the front runners right now.
Hey, you heard what I just said about Brooke?
Right now, I would go with Brooke.
I would go with Brooke too.
I would go with Brooke.
I would go with Brooke too. He had like 6 blocks yesterday.
I'm gonna tell you something.
He had 7 on the Lakers.
I just said that. This is Brooks' best season as an NBA player.
You think so?
Yes.
Hey,
now that he's fully bro,
he blocked.
Now that he's fully healthy,
that's very true.
He's on he's skinny. He has the speed. He can score when you need him. Brook is blocking an average of 3 to 4 blocks a game, and he had 7
I'm not even gonna lie.
against the Lakers.
I'm not even gonna lie.
And 6, he had 6 last night.
That block he had on Anthony Davis, that was the game changer.
It was.
Grayson is who messed that game up because he's supposed to hit that shot wide open. They bring you
I'm
in
not
to
mad
hit
at
that.
I'm not mad at that.
That was a good shot. It was a good look.
They bring you in to hit that.
It was a good look.
Tell me they didn't bring him in to hit that.
It was a good look.
Tell me they didn't bring him in to hit that shot.
That's
though.
why they brought him in.
Let me tell you something. Let me just say about Grayson. You're welcome. Because ever since 94 Feet Podcast is talking about trading you, you've been balling out. I don't know if you listen.
Oh, he hears it.
I don't know if you listen, but ever since we've been talking about, hey, let's get rid of this guy. He been balling.
I'm
Grayson. He said, "Get rid of you." I said, "Keep him in Milwaukee."
First of all, this guy took a
I'm
picture.
still taking the Jay Crowder trade.
You still gonna take it?
I'm still taking it.
So I'm not gonna
For
say
size. That's the only difference.
I think Crowder would have hit that.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say Brook is the front runner to win it, but Brook defensively helps the Bucks be a better team. But the number one for me right now is Giannis. Again, he's also averaging a lot. Several
that block
blocks
he got against the King.
Oh man,
he sized him up nasty.
But that was a nice play though, because the King stole the ball from him.
Yeah.
On that same play, and then Giannis came back. Greatness recognized greatness.
Giannis does what LeBron used to do to people.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. No.
You want? I lost the ball, but guess what? I'm gonna get it right back from you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it right back. That's what LeBron used to do.
He sized him up so nasty, like, oh yeah.
And LeBron will still catch you slipping like that every now and again.
Yeah.
But back in the day, he would do that at least 2-3 times a game.
At least. I'm gonna go with Giannis as my defensive player of the year right now.
Yeah.
You going Giannis?
I'm going Giannis.
I'm going Giannis.
I'm going Brook. I want to see somebody different win it, and I think Brook has.
If
like
anybody,
Brook, but if Brook don't win it, I wouldn't be mad at Giannis. I wouldn't be mad at Giannis.
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with him. If anybody knew was to win it, I would like Brook to win it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But if it's gonna be out of Anthony Davis and Giannis, I'm going with Giannis.
I'm going with Giannis.
Brook might land in most improved player. Because literally, Brook is playing like someone we haven't seen in years.
He's playing like somebody we traded for. Like this is who we traded for.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, this is who we traded.
Did we get him from the Lakers or Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
I think it was free agency too. But next up, Coach of the Year.
It's hard right now.
I'm gonna go with Boston's.
I was gonna say it's hard not to give it to their assistant coach.
I don't want to do Boston. Well, I'm gonna say I don't want to do Boston. I'm not mad at Boston because they got the best record in the league right now. To me,
actually, go ahead.
I was gonna say with the Boston situation, I think we kind of agreed on this. Y'all of course let me know if I'm wrong. Getting a coach up out of here. Nia Long fiance.
Nina, baby. Nina. Let that brother go.
I want to say I don't think it did anything. Like it wasn't like, oh man, what we gonna do now? It was like, hey, this is how he was an assistant coach before, so he's running the same offense, he's running the same kind of defense. What changed? So to me, if you give it to him, it would be kind of cheapening the award. But to me, if you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago, Utah coach. I don't know who he is. I don't know what I don't know what the man looked like. He looked like a water boy. I'm like, is that the water boy? No, that's the coach.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it would have to go.
Let me co-sign with something you just said before you give your answer.
Go ahead.
It's almost like the Mark Jackson, Steph Curry thing, right? The blueprint was already there for Golden State. Steve Curry just had to come in and take what Jackson put out there and evaluate and evolve it a bit. That's all the assistant coach of the Boston Celtics did was take is it Udo?
Nia Long fiance.
All you had to do was take the coach from Boston. The formula was there. You're on his staff, so you already know the tricks. You already know the traits and implement.
I know who I want to be coach of the year.
Oh, I have mine too.
I should know his name.
What team?
New Orleans Pelicans.
I don't have them, but you're talking about the coach of the Pelicans is
go ahead. I should know his name. He white too.
Donovan, not that.
Dennis Allen. No, that is not. That is the NFL coach.
Willie Green. Willie Green. That's who I want coach of the year.
I got one. I got one.
Willie. Uncle Willie.
Uncle Willie.
I got JB Bickerstaff from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Really?
I like.
So? I had him last year.
I didn't expect a lot for Cleveland this year, and they're number 3 in the Eastern Conference.
First of all,
and they're balling.
This is the second year you didn't dog out Cleveland.
Yeah, but like they were in the play-in and lost last year, so I was right. I was right. I like JB Bickerstaff because again, everybody had wrote off Cleveland or written off Cleveland, including me. They are playing like a contending team in the Eastern Conference. They won't beat the Bucks or Brooklyn when it's all said and done.
I think they'll beat Brooklyn, but go ahead.
It takes coaches to be able to beat elite teams. In Cleveland, we were at the game. Was that the game we went to?
Yeah.
We were at the game, and the Cleveland ran at the Bucks. Like, in fact, we thought it was like not looking good for the Bucks for that first half. But obviously, chemistry matters, and seasoned in the game matters, and the Bucks came back and did it. But Cleveland was looking like a team that was ready to be a competitive team. Again, we're assuming we're only talking about the first 20 games, people. But I'm about to give it to JB Bickerstaff, man. Cleveland is where no one expected them to be.
Who you got, Kesey?
I already said mine.
Who?
I said Boston.
Oh, yeah, you did say about my apologies.
But now that you said what you said, I'm kind of leaning towards,
Hey, New Orleans
a little
low
bit.
key playing some really good ball, and they were second in the West.
Joe Mazzulla is the Boston Celtics interim head.
Can I ask you a question though?
What
happened to Utah?
I'll be honest with you, they start playing some really good teams.
Nope, somebody came down from upstairs and said, "Y'all stop it now. We trying to get the big deal." Somebody came from downstairs.
I just had to say that to see what y'all was going to say.
Somebody came from upstairs from that booth and said, "Y'all start losing."
Now, only reason I'm going with that because Danny Ainge is on the sideline now in the crowd looking like, this is not the route I want.
No, it's not. Y'all stop.
This is not. Now with Willie Green. Now this is who was a dark horse for me. Oh my God, what is his name?
Which team?
It's
Utah went from
Mike Brown. Mike Brown.
Sacramento
King. Mike Brown.
They're number 5 right now.
Now, if Mike Brown can take them to the playoffs,
Coach
of the year. Give it to him.
Give it to him.
They ain't been. I don't know how long. They've been 20 years.
They've been bad. Like they've been bad. Sacramento
Oh
King.
yeah, they ain't been good since Vlade Divac.
Exactly. Since him and Chris Webber and Mike Bibby, and that was 20-something years ago.
The year they should have beat the Lakers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, most improved player.
Brook Lopez. Give it to Brook.
I'm gonna say John Wall. We thought John Wall was done. Every time I brought his name up, why were we talking about this dude?
Yeah, we did.
John Wall. I think he averaged 15 off the bench.
The last time Sacramento made the playoffs was the 2005-2006 season. They have not been over 500 since then. That is, oh my God.
So he's averaging 12, 2, and 5.
All right.
Who is that?
John Wall.
John Wall.
I don't know if that's in most improved player. I'm thinking Brook.
You thinking Brook?
I'm thinking Brook, bro. Because Brook, if we had this version of Brook last year, we might have beat Boston.
Hold on, real quick. Is this going to continue for Brook with Milton coming back?
I think it will because the Bucks, what Coach Bud has done is he's learned this season, and it's yet to be seen with Middleton, he's learned how to use his rotations a little better. Okay, with Bobby coming off the bench, you don't need Brook to play so many minutes, and that's been helpful to the Bucks and Brook for the longevity of the season. Remember, we're talking 20 games in. There's still 62 left. That's a long stretch of games to play. So I'm gonna give it to Brook right now, but there are a lot of players that can be considered.
Who are you going with, Kesey? Are you sticking with Brooke? I'm sorry. Are you
I
sticking
like
with the
Brooke?
I'm going with
But
John Wall.
I'm thinking about the boy from Indiana.
Hallenberg.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Ain't he from Milwaukee?
That's a good one.
He's from Wisconsin.
That's a good
Great
one.
He's
scene.
taking on
Right.
he's taking on a nice role. He
He
took on
is.
that role and he's embraced it over there in Indiana.
It depends on what they do, but I do see it. I do see it. I'm not mad at that. Moving on.
Let's hope Indiana doesn't trade him because they don't invest
just got him.
well.
They not only did they
Okay.
just get him, they are
Okay.
building a team around him. That's their goal, to build a
That's
team around him. But
one more that we have to throw in for most improved is Donovan Mitchell.
you think so?
Donovan Mitchell is balling.
Yeah, but he's a superstar.
Donovan who?
Donovan Mitchell.
He's
you
an
said
all-star.
he wasn't a super.
I did. I
so
said
you
he's an
fixed
all-star.
it. He's an all-star, but you can still win most improved. John Moran did.
You know, that's because you went from averaging 15 to 20 something, damn near 30.
Cleveland went from a eliminated play-in team to the third in the Eastern
I
Conference.
keep saying it.
It's true. We're talking 20 games in, man. Records matter.
Cleveland fans, if you want to, bombard his comment section, please do.
At Dre_XD on Instagram and Twitter, or on Bleacher Report at DreXD94 feet.
Also, you have to fight through the other people who be, hollering at Dre on social media. So
and
good luck with that.
And it's like correction. We did get him from the Lakers, Brooke.
Oh, we got him from the. No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. He was with Brooklyn, and then he went to the Lakers, and then we picked him up from there.
Mm-hmm.
Free agent?
Was it free agency?
I don't think it was free agency.
think
I think it was free agency.
I think I think they traded.
He was with Brooklyn first. You're right. Okay.
But
thanks for the update.
Also, if we're gonna go with most improved, we can also throw in AD.
Because
I mean, if you think about the way he played last year to now, has he not got better?
So we signed Brook Lopez.
He just said it. This is the best season he's seen since he's been in LA.
Oh, it is. No, hands down.
But that don't mean he should win MVP, most improved.
I said he has to be considered for MVP if we're judging the first 10 or whatever. But Brook Lopez signed as a free agent with the Bucks in 2018. He played 9 seasons with Brooklyn, went to the Lakers, became a free agent. Bucks signed him to a 4-year deal. They re-signed him to a $50 million 4-year deal just 2 years ago. So
okay.
After we won the title.
Moving on, the NBA has informed teams that in the 2023-24 season will start on October 24th and conclude April 14, 2024. When and if in-season tournament is approved, initial schedule will have 80 games per team. Remaining games scheduled after 8 teams advance to the knockout rounds. I think last time we talked about this, we did not like the idea.
I don't get it.
It is pushing forward. It is pushing forward.
Adam Silver
this whole in-season tournament thing, and I'm mad because they're doing it because of the play-in tournament. This is a money grab if I've never seen one. And the fact that the NBA don't need the money irritates me even more. Now, question y'all wondering is, how would an NBA in-season tournament work? I'm glad you asked. The teams will play cup games. Cup games.
What does that mean?
They're called cup games. That's what they're calling it now. Through the month of November, all of which will count as a regular season games. The top 8 teams will then advance to a single elimination final where only the final 2 teams will play in an additional game beyond the 82-game schedule.
That just gave me a headache.
Really, it did. Like, I seriously picked up a headache off of what you said.
That just gave me a headache. Like, what?
Like, my brain just started, like.
Okay, check this out. So I'm looking at it like this.
For a visual learner, that is so hard.
I'm a visual learner too. But check this out. So we played the month of November. You take the month of November, and you like, okay, who has the best record?
Bucks and Lakers.
But it's the who has the
Bucks and Boston.
Hold on. It's the top 8 teams would then advance to a single elimination final. So they take the 8 teams and then they do a playoff, and it's single game, elimination, and then the final two teams, let's say it's the Bucks in Boston, they play additional games on top of the 82-game schedule.
So what does that mean for the playoffs? How does this go into the playoffs?
So they'll just play additional games. Now, what the award is, I have no idea. They haven't discussed that yet. But that's how it's gonna go.
Hate it.
So it's just in the middle of the season?
No, these games are regular season games. So what they're taking is, let's say the record for the Bucks. Let's say they have a bad November. Let's say the Bucks have a bad November for whatever the reason. They won't even be in the tournament. But let's say they have the best reason. Let's say they have the best record at the end of November. They'll be in the tournament. So low key, you really don't want your team to be in this. I'll play it.
What? That's one of them.
But it's one of them.
I can't believe I'm about to do this, but this is to Adam Silver.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
I can't believe I did that, but that does. I don't get it. I'm so confused.
If you think about it, Golden State. You think about it, like teams like Golden State, the Lakers, and all them is the ones who had the best November.
They did.
The teams who was at the bottom.
The teams at the bottom. You're right. You know what, Keith?
Bottom now they there.
You are 100% right. And my thing is, do you want your team? I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you want the Bucks to participate?
No. No.
This, like Kimi and Kesey, just for a brief second, you paid 10 to 12 games in the month. So let's just say we start losing on purpose because we thinking bigger picture. We thinking Milwaukee is always now thinking bigger picture. Are you willing to risk a losing record in November to avoid this tournament to maybe your team gaining back the momentum in December, January, February?
Bro, that's
so listen to the record for the last 10 games, which is probably November.
Oh,
it would be the Suns, the Pelicans, the Kings,
the straight 8 teams. It don't matter
Warriors,
east or west.
The Timberwolves, the Lakers, and then the Clippers.
Those are the top 8 teams?
Yep.
So even though East Coast teams on there?
That's just the West.
No, it's straight 8.
Oh, it's straight 8.
So do the top
straight
8. Each.
So the Celtics would be in it.
Celtics would be in it.
Bucks.
Cavaliers would be in it. Nets would be in it.
That's the 4 from the East.
And in the West, it would be the Suns and the Pelicans.
Yep. Wow.
The Kings, the Lakers.
That's it.
And
that's 4.
The Kings, the Lakers, and the Warriors all are 7-3. So it would be 5 out of the West.
I'm confused. I don't like it.
So it doesn't matter if they're in the East or the West.
I do not think so.
What I'll say is I need more information because what's the incentive? Do you get a first round bye?
They haven't discussed it yet.
That's what I'm saying. Do we get a first round bye? Do the winning 4 automatically go to the second round of the playoffs? I need to know what the incentive behind this is before I truly comment. But right now, it sounds confusing, and we don't need it.
It sounds like it's a waste of time.
I at first I was skeptical of the play-in tournament, but I actually like the play-in tournament.
But my thing is though, why are you trying to even incorporate that in there? Why?
To make the league more competitive.
No, it's to get money.
That's what you think. I think it's to be more competitive and balanced, but that wasn't a good one, Adam Silver. You've been a mostly good commissioner, but bro, y'all need to go back to the drawing board.
So how long did they got the video on this?
So this is they
players
about doing this next year.
The players union has to agree to it first.
They talking about doing this next year.
If the players union doesn't agree to it, it's not happening, or you can get ready for a strike.
I don't know. Is this they talking about doing this next year?
Strike, agreed. But then we won't have content.
Facts. That's facts.
I guess we have to talk about the NFL. Shout out to the Packers. Let's practice. Shout out to the Packers for beating the Bears. Go, Pack, go. Hey, man, we beat the Cowboys and the Bears. That's all we wanted out this season. That's all we wanted out this season.
I don't even need the Bears wins. All I needed was those Cowgirls.
Well, we came back and beat the Bears today, so that's what makes it really good. We had to come back and beat them.
So, anyways, let me shock two quick questions. Who's going to play more games this season, AD or Kawhi Leonard?
AD. He's already played more.
How many games has Kawhi even played? I only seen him play 2.
But they said his injury is nagging him again.
His injury is nagging him, and he just got an ankle injury.
It might be time to call it a career, man. I hate to say it. It might be time to call it a career.
What type of injury do he got, though?
I'm going to be honest.
He just had an ankle.
They're not even giving no real details on what his injury really is, so it's throwing me off.
He just tackled. He just got an injury. He just got an ankle injury.
His
He
ankle.
only played 5 games this year. Wow.
His ankle has not been the same.
How many?
He's only played 5 games this year.
His foot and ankle has not been the same since the Golden State injury. I know Zeke hates first to bring it up, but his body has not been the same since that injury. No. And it might be time for him to call it a career.
Hold on a second now. Let's just real quick. Kawhi has played 5. Anthony Davis has played 19.
And the Lakers, what is that Laker one still in there? Up until 10 games ago. What was it?
This is the Lakers suck yesterday. They suck again today.
So we got to change it now.
You can't say that now?
We got to change it now.
Change it now.
Can't say it now?
No, I answer, so my question again, Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard, who you think gonna play more games?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis
already has. It would be impossible for Kawhi to even catch up because remember, Kawhi even healthy takes every other game, so he only plays about 40 to 50 games a season anyway. If Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt, right?
I ain't knocking on nothing.
I'm knocking on it because I like Davis when he's at his best. I do. But
can't tell.
Kawhi Leonard, it might be time to call it a career. This will be his 3rd season out.
It's not. He's not out the whole season.
He's not. But you might as well. 5 games is how many teams? What's the record of the Clippers?
I think they're 11-11. They just lost.
The Clippers are 13-11.
So they've played, what is that? 24 games, right? They played 24 games. Mm-hmm. He's only played 5.
He's missed more games than Anthony Davis played.
He's only played 5.
19 games he's missed, and Anthony Davis has played.
He played 5. Oh, I see what you're saying.
And there's no timetable for his return.
They said a couple.
And nobody really.
They always say a couple weeks, and then it turned into 6.
And nobody really knows his real injury. Only his team does.
Well, he sprained his ankle, and he can be out 2 weeks. His knees ain't came back yet. So
yeah, man, it might be time to call it a career. Damn. And I hate that because I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan, especially when he's healthy. Defensively, he's a genius.
That's what I'm saying.
Offensively, he can get it
done. He's the LeBron James stopper.
He's a lockdown defender.
He's not the LeBron James.
He's the LeBron James stopper.
No, he's not.
There's no such thing as a stopper, but he contains them. Oh, he makes LeBron James work hard for them wins if they get them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because every time he's played Kawhi for the ship, he's lost. Every time.
They beat San Antonio once.
Who?
Kawhi.
Miami.
Oh
yeah. Okay.
Kawhi wasn't there.
Thank you, Ray Allen.
Yes, he was there.
He was there?
He was. Thank you, Ray Allen.
All right, man.
Y'all ain't no good. Y'all filthy animals, boy. Y'all just want to get a king. No credit.
KC be ready to go to blow.
We gave him 15 minutes at the beginning of the show. We gave him 15.
LeBron, if you ever need a hype man, we got somebody here in Milwaukee for you. Fat Key is what they call him, man.
Oh, I tell you.
Man. Why I gotta do all of that?
Why? Be his hype man? You don't want them hype man checks? Well, LeBron, I'll take them hype man checks. I'll act like Kesey.
Exactly. I don't know why you would come in here with a LeBron James hat on. What?
Why y'all hating, bro?
I ain't hating.
We not hating. We're just being truthful, man. That Kawhi Leonard is a player that matches up well with LeBron. No. It's okay to say that. Yes, he is.
No.
Really?
YouTube it.
You honestly.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Yeah, you know what? If we YouTube, we're going to YouTube LeBron James at the free throw line when he played for Miami, looking back, seeing Kawhi come in. Damn.
No.
That's
what we're going to see.
That's what we did.
No.
That's what we did.
You're going to look at the highlights of LeBron monstering them. Because I watched the video.
Or Kawhi.
Because they got a special video out on YouTube that says LeBron destroys Kawhi. And look at the video and look how he destroyed Kawhi.
Everybody gets a game or two. We're not saying that
no,
Kawhi
this is multiple games.
No one said Kawhi owns LeBron. I say
he's not the stopper. Then.
He called him a stopper.
I did.
He's not the stopper.
I say he's a defensive problem for LeBron. And he is when he's healthy and plays, but who's seen him and no one's seen him in 3 years.
I don't think anybody in the NBA can contain LeBron James 94 feet on a consecutive basis besides Kawhi.
Giannis.
There's nobody in it. I said what I said. Now, Giannis, great defensive player. Long arms. But there's a reason, and we talked about this before too. There's a reason why Giannis stays away from two people, LeBron James and KD. There's a reason. I want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it.
You can't bring it up and then say you don't want to talk about it.
I'm saying, fine. You want to get into it? Let's
get into it. Get into it. We need all that, but get into it.
Yeah, we will. It's one of those things where Giannis on the perimeter, he's a liability. And LeBron James and KD have not the best handles, but somewhat of a good handles.
Okay.
So on the perimeter, he's a liability. Now you took him in that post, he gonna give you the business because he's long and you ain't got that much room. But LeBron James and KD would take him off the dribble. And so hey, that's Giannis' weaknesses. What else is one of his weaknesses? Like free throw shooting, whatever. But he's still one of the most dominant guys in the NBA. It doesn't take away from that. But that's just one of his weaknesses.
He do be airballing.
I see that too. And we don't talk about that.
A couple times a game.
But anyways, I don't have no faith in Kawhi either. It's AD. Yeah. I have no faith in this.
That's unfortunate, man.
It is unfortunate just because, like I said before, I think Kawhi at this point owes the Clippers a championship.
Or just some games played.
Forget the games played. He owes them a championship because that's what they brought him in here for. Like the end of drought. Like during the season, the Clippers already give the Lakers the work. Fine. But in the playoffs, championship, you owe them that. Now we just kind of we talked about this a little earlier as far as like the Boston Celtics being the best team in the NBA. Dre corrected me and said they had the best record in the NBA. Kesey says they have the most balanced, what would you say, the most balanced roster in the NBA?
Yes. Complete roster.
For the most complete roster. So what I'm hearing is they're not the best team in the NBA. Do you?
And so when I say complete, I mean like you of course you have your starting lineup, but they also have a decent bench that they can rely on as well. Is what makes them who they are. So that's why I consider them that. Y'all talking about the Kawhi, the Bron stopper. Man, I'm looking at these stats. I almost gonna say
God,
something.
man, that's you were focused on the wrong thing. So
18,
Celtics, best team in the NBA,
18,
yes or no?
No.
Why not?
The Celtics are not the best team in the NBA because they only have one game in front of the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's your only reason?
That's the only reason, but also they don't even have the best player in the NBA. Okay, the best player in the NBA is Giannis, right? He ranked number 1 by ESPN.
Is Jalen top 5?
Oh, Jason Tatum's easily top 5. To me, he's a step over Luka in this year's running, right? Easily. Giannis, Joker, Jason Tatum. Those should be the true top 3, right? And so I can't say that Boston's the best team. They're playing competitive basketball. I think we'll see the best team. The best team in the NBA will be crowned on Christmas Day, the winner of the Bucks Celtics.
I don't know.
Because the Bucks are beating people too. Okay, Giannis, the whole starting lineup sat yesterday. Granted, it was Charlotte, but the whole starting lineup yesterday sat, and the Bucks made it look easy.
They did.
Okay, the Bucks made it look easy. There was like 5 or 6 do not plays for the Bucks, including Beauchamp, including Grayson. No, Grayson started. But none of our starters play, and the Bucks still beat a team that traditionally gives us a hard time in the Charlotte Bobcats.
LaMelo does.
You know,
LaMelo does.
Sure.
So without LaMelo,
how much longer is he out?
It's gonna be a minute.
Well, he just sprained his ankle like 2 weeks ago. He's having ankle issues. His brother, I don't want to talk about his brother, man. He's having real bad issues. Yeah. But both the Ball brothers are hurt. But I feel like here's my thing about Boston. And they're beating teams with ease. Bucks. Well, let me just say this. I'm a Bucks fan. I like my Bucks fan. Despite Dre going to every game and only inviting us to one,
they're not beating people with ease. If I look,
they beating people with ease.
No, they're not.
Why not?
The only person they beat with ease was the Hornets.
Who?
Brooklyn. Boston.
You bet. Oh, look at that again. Look at that again.
Dude, get off that, man. I
Hey,
told you
what?
you got more games, man. Relax.
I'm just saying.
I just
man,
heard what you just said. Like,
I'm
what?
just saying, like, just
They
put it
beat
out there.
Brooklyn by 20 right now.
They beat the Thunder by 4.
By
And
4.
they're the bottom.
They beat Miami by not even 10.
They beat them.
We didn't do it. They beat Orlando by only 6.
Beat Memphis by 3.
I mean, you
Beat
hold on a
Cleveland
second.
by 9.
They beat Charlotte by 35.
They beat Charlotte.
They beat
Charlotte
the Wizards
by
by
1.
9.
Beat the Cavaliers by 1.
By 1. Beat Detroit by 8.
They beat Sacramento Kings by 15, 16.
This is what I'm going to say. Here are the impressive wins that Boston have done. And I'm not going to count preseason. Okay? These are the impressive wins.
Cleveland.
I'm not going to call that impressive because you should be Cleveland.
Sixers.
Denver was impressive, 131 to 112.
Grizzlies.
That's not impressive to me because y'all are on the John Rain train, not me. To me, that's the only impressive win they got. I don't consider Memphis impressive because they only beat them by 3. If you're the best team, you should be beating the inexperienced Memphis Grizzlies by way more than that.
I think you first of all give Grizzlies too little credit because they're
I'm
one.
I'm just not sold.
Oh, I know why you ain't sold.
I'm just not sold, John.
You and Steph. Go ahead.
Marat's, he's a one-hit wonder.
He's a what?
I said what I said. He's a young superstar. He's exciting to watch, but the team does better when he doesn't play.
That's not true. I whispered that, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I bet you did because the truth hurts. The only impressive win that they had, and 76 was in the preseason. The starters didn't even play, and it's not to take away from Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is balling. His points 35, 40, 36, 39, 43, 37, 30, 49. So Tatum is probably going to win the scoring title this year, potentially, right?
That's about all they're going to win.
That's it.
Wait,
the only impressive win of their run has been literally against, who do we say? Denver. I can consider that impressive. And potentially Miami.
Let me ask you a question. What do you consider an impressive win? 20 or more?
I consider an impressive win that you beat an elite team. And the Denver Nuggets are elite because they have the 2-time MVP.
And they got the Nets tonight, so.
They're winning by like 15 right now.
See, this is my thing. Here's my thing.
So hold on. Because this is going to be the test.
What?
Guess who they got coming up?
They got
Toronto, which is a good team. They got the Suns, which is a good team.
They
got the Warriors, which is a good team. They got the Clippers, which is a good team. They got the Lakers coming up.
Fully healthy Lakers.
Then they got the Magic, 2 games back to back.
But no, those 5 games.
And they have Milwaukee on Christmas.
Hold on, those 5 games you just said, I like that. You're right. Here is you got Phoenix, Golden State, Clippers,
That's
Lakers.
Pretty much what I've been saying.
Yeah, I'm just agreeing with you.
I know you, but I'm just.
Toronto was good.
my thing about that is this, and I get what both you guys are saying. You're right. Impressive wins versus impressive teams. Well, first of all, Dre don't like to give nobody no props unless it's Golden State.
That's a lie. I've been singing the Lakers praises all game.
I'm just saying, like, when it comes to unless it's Golden State, even when Golden State they losing record, you still like, it's MVP Steph Curry.
Listen, I didn't mention Golden State. Now, watch this game. I've sung the praises of the Suns. I've sung the praises of the Cavaliers. I've sung the praises of Denver. I've sung the praises of the Lakers. I've sung the praises of the Bucks. I've even sung the praises of the Clippers. So don't make me seem like I'm just out here
I'm just saying.
I'm saying
you sing the praises, but you like.
What y'all don't like is the fact that I'm right when things happen. Like I told you, Memphis was going to lose to Golden State. I was right.
I can't believe you brought that up knowing Morant was hurt. Knowing he was hurt.
Morant could have played and they would have lost, probably worse. Said what I said.
I'm not going to go there with you. But, so you guys aren't convinced that the Boston Celtics aren't the best team in the NBA?
I'm not, man. I mean, you got to give them credit. They're the Eastern Conference champions. They're doing what you're supposed to do, just like the Bucks did what they were supposed to do last year. Mm-hmm. Come out killing and winning. Nope. If Chris Middleton doesn't get injured, we be going for a 3-peat right now. Okay? So we be going for a 3-peat. So we're going to go ahead and let Boston be Boston, but they beat a crippled Bucks.
barely beat us.
Okay, and got destroyed by the Warriors, like I said they would. They are not the best team.
No,
they are not. They're a good team.
They have the best record, but they're not the best team.
They're a good team, but they are not the best.
And that's because they haven't had a tough schedule yet.
I'm trying to tell you, the commentators even said the best team right now is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Was it a Bucks commentator that said that?
No. They say
it.
ESPN? Yes.
Kenny and them all said it.
The best team right now are the Bucks because the Bucks are in second place without their best shooter. And you know what the Bucks' biggest problem is? Shooting. And we're still number 2. And Giannis has missed at least 4 games this season. At least. And we're still number 2.
And not to mention, Pat Connaughton hasn't played a lot of games.
Oh, man, we missed
Ingles is still on the bench. He hasn't suited up.
And exactly, Joe Ingles hasn't even played a game yet.
I know he'll be playing at these.
That's going to be a stud of a
off the bench for
off
shooting.
The bench for us.
Oh man, a deep.
He's a point
scoring.
forward.
So
he can bring the ball up too.
Watch out!
Take a lot of pressure off of the Bucks when Giannis them is not in.
If the Bucks stay healthy, don't nobody want to see us in the playoffs.
No.
Okay. All right.
Get your tickets now, folks.
You can contact
We're going to the finals again.
If we make it, we in there.
Deal.
We in there.
Well, yeah. Got my money to the
I
side already.
would say if you notice, I don't know. He said he paying for a ticket. He just said as we going.
Oh man, listen. I as good as I am, I can't even get your finals tickets. Shoot, me and Kesey, remember 2 years ago? I think I was in San Antonio. And we were on the phone. How many tickets do you remember that? Dude, them tickets went so fast.
Dude. Hey, this second go around, I
the
didn't
price
go that fast.
was so high. I'm still regretting selling. Not really, because I made money. But my Game 6 tickets sold for $1,200. But I paid like $6 for it.
It was worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
Every game we went to, it was worth it.
Oh, man. Oh, we went to the Game 3, and we were down 2-0. So at that point, all of us were thinking we just need a game.
That's true.
We just need a game.
That's true.
Don't let it happen again. And, you know, Giannis has a chip on his shoulder because I told you this before. No, the media doesn't respect the Bucks. They don't respect the Bucks. They don't respect Giannis. People be trying to bully him, right? Montrezl Harrell, who does he play with this week? Is he still with Philly?
He barely with Philly. Continue. He did something stupid. Continue.
Now the Bucks need to prove to everybody again that we can get it done.
Dude, but the tickets, you think the tickets was high that year? Imagine what they finna be now.
Oh, the season tickets now are nearly double, and we lost last year.
And just think if we win again this year.
We still paying for the Pfizer Forum. You know what? That's a whole nother thing. These are Milwaukee issues. We're not going to bring.
But we getting enough sponsors with the Pfizer Forum almost paid for now.
Man, listen,
man, the Bucks got everybody want a part of them, and if they win it this year,
it's going to be impossible to get season tickets. You see, this year, last season, they had a waiting list. After we won the title, they had a waiting list for season tickets.
Right after too.
The finals. But it was a different atmosphere than I've ever been in, though. Just being in the finals alone. And your hometown team, more people stood up than they did sat in their seats for the finals.
Literally. The game we went to, I looked over at Keith, I'm like, bro, my feet hurt, fam.
Dude,
because we were
I swear my feet
like
were starting to hurt. And if you sat down, you couldn't see nothing because everybody was standing up.
It was so, man, I'm telling you, listen, Milwaukee. Don't be like, well, you could be like
even the wife was looking like, what?
I've been at the finals games.
She was like, I got
all right, we get it.
I mean, what I'm saying is, if you ever get a chance to experience, not even the finals, if you ever get a chance to experience Bucks playoff basketball, it is different. And we've all went, right? We went to a first round.
We went to the Brooklyn
first round,
game, didn't we?
the second round.
We went to Toronto game in the first round.
Me and him went to the Brooklyn one though, didn't we?
Did we?
That was a home opener. That was ring night.
Was that ring night?
That was ring night. Yeah, that was ring night.
That was ring night.
That game was cracking too.
Yeah, remember I had to put. You're welcome. You're welcome. Always talking trash, but who always come through? Big Brother Dre.
First of all, I showed y'all last week. I gave it to you. I showed you out last week. I gave it to you, but you want it every week.
No, I don't. But
anyways, we're gonna move on to wrap up here now. As we both already discussed, y'all both hate Luka.
We don't hate Luka.
And over let me finish.
How he plays.
Let me finish. Over the last 6 games, Luka is averaging 31.8, 10 boards, 7.7 assists, shooting 54% from the field. The Dallas Mavericks are 1-5 in that span. The overall record, I think it's 12-11 now. or 11-11. Last time I looked, it was 11-11.
11-11, and they're 4-6 in the last 10 games.
All right. Should a requirement for MVP for your team to have a winning record?
No.
Yes.
No. It's an individualized award.
But an MVP is who makes the team, though, right? So if you ain't making that team go, why should you get the award?
So let me just say
okay,
this.
hold on, real quick, because I want to sit on this Kesey thing real quick. Now, here's my thing about that. At some point, I do agree.
Before you go, I just want to say this: the only impressive wins that this team has had.
Well, first of all,
beating Memphis from Dallas is impressive because they beat them by 40.
All right, go ahead.
They beat them by 40.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, it was preseason. Brooklyn, impressive by 4.
But they beat them.
Golden State by 3, impressive. They have not played anybody. But now their schedule coming up. Phoenix, Dallas, Milwaukee, we beat them twice already. Chicago, Cleveland, Portland, the Lakers. They have Boston. They have a tough stretch coming up.
Boston already beat them too.
Now,
but go ahead.
If Dallas in this next 10-game stretch can get some win and some numbers in the W column, then we can talk about Luka being most valuable. I don't think they should exit him out completely, but if your team is losing, it is hard to sell an MVP award.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question then. Because you say, are you saying yes or are you saying no?
I'm like in the middle. I'm 50-50. I'm like in the middle.
What? Okay. Are you saying like, hey, y'all can't like? And I'll just ask you a question.
Here, I'll say you.
Hold on, real quick. If Luke, what would it take for you to give Luka MVP?
Your team needs to finish top 8. You need to be a playoff team.
Not playing tournament, straight playoff.
I think playing
top 6.
I think playing tournament's okay because remember, pre-play-in tournament, your team would have been in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, but you could be a 10th seed.
That's true.
So top 6.
Yeah, because all them years Giannis was balling, nobody paid him attention to the Bucks start winning.
That's true. Continue. He wasn't winning.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. You said the top.
I'm saying, what would it take for you to give Luka MVP?
Giannis retire. Steph not playing no more.
Him getting back on D.
Him stop crying.
I see we can't take personal a bias and put it to the side.
Bro, he's a crybaby. He slows.
He's buckets. He's buckets.
Shout out to Miles Bridges. 42 fantasy points today.
Now, I'm like, who was Miles? So you saying? No, I'm serious. No, seriously. What would it take? What would it take for him? What would it take for you to be like, yeah, he's the MVP?
Michael Bridges.
I thought you just wanted to do from Charlotte. That's what I was like.
No.
That's who I thought he was talking about, but then I'm like, hold on, he ain't even been
Phoenix.
in the
league.
Phoenix.
You give us a fantasy point for black guys now?
Whoa.
I hit up Tiffany, Sarah.
Whoa.
What would it take?
That was a low one.
What would it take? What would it take, Easy, for you to get Luka MVP?
Ooh, that was a low blow.
Man, he about to get signed to the Lakers, so LeBron finna be passing him the ball.
Who?
Michael Bridges.
Yeah, I heard. They're looking at him. They're also, let's pivot real quick. There's a big rumor out there right now that's linking Westbrook. They're saying that Jenny Buss is becoming more open to the idea of trading future draft picks if it means the Lakers can pick up DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso.
Not DeMar DeRozan. I mean, DeMar DeRozan and Nikolovic.
Yes. Not Caruso. Caruso is linked to Golden State.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he's going to get a tampering fine. Steve Kerr, get ready to find him. Get ready to find him for tampering. It's a wrap.
No.
Watch. But go ahead. The rumor.
The rumor is this.
Before he gets to the rumor, Steve Kerr was found hugging Alex Caruso after the loss and said, I would love to have you here in Golden State.
He said, I would love to have you here one day.
Yeah, that's tampering.
That could be over for dinner.
Oh, shut up.
That could be. Hey man, we'd love to see you
in the video
kick it.
game room, huh?
But I don't think that makes the Lakers better though.
Go ahead. What's the trade rumor out there?
It's so the Lakers. Bill Sims put this trade idea out there. Lakers would get DeMar DeRozan and Nikola what's his name?
Vucevic? Vucevic? Is that
Nikola Vucevic?
Yeah,
Yes.
that guy. And the Bulls would get Westbrook, 27 first round pick and 2029 first round pick.
I would do it. You get instant shooting with DeRozan.
Not 3-point shooting, but just
you get mid-range shooting.
Get mid-range shooting.
And with Nikolai, you get a great backup for Anthony Davis.
No, he's not a backup. He'll be the starting center, and then you would move Anthony Davis.
That's what he wants, right?
That's what he wants.
That's what he wants. I like it. Although, again, the Lakers once again are sacrificing their future. If the Lakers are what you call them to be, a win now team, then pull the trigger.
But you got to remember though,
Lakers sucked yesterday. They suck again today.
So I mean,
you can't say they sucked yesterday because they just beat the Bucks yesterday.
Bucks has had an off day. Go ahead.
Grayson Allen missed a shot.
44. That ain't an off day.
I said the Bucks did.
No.
Giannis
40,
had 40. Giannis had 40.
Davis had 44.
You sure you're a Bucks fan?
And LeBron had 30, 10, and 8.
All right, go ahead.
Keith, I gotta know. If we would have went to the game, who would you have cheered for? I gotta know. You know what? The next time the Lakers come to town, I'm getting us tickets because we gotta test you.
You know what I would have did? I would have worn this Bucks hat.
I just want to say with a LeBron James jersey.
With my LeBron James
and if you had let him in the game wearing LeBron James jersey sitting next to you, Dre, oh boy.
Nah, we sit too close for that. Nope. We get up on
You know what? You know what?
Security extra. They get you.
You know what I need though?
What's that?
One of those split jerseys where it's half Giannis and half LeBron.
You know what? I find one. Merry Christmas. Because
that's how, dude.
You know what? You should special make that, bro.
You can find those.
You can find those. I've seen
right,
people at the Rally Center or the Fiserv Forum.
I wonder where they get those from.
Yeah, I think you can probably special make them.
You can look it up. But no, Keith, you didn't answer the question. Luka, MVP. What would it take?
They're gonna have to improve as a team overall for me to do it. For me to believe that he's an MVP.
Is it not an individual award?
No, it's a team. It's the most valuable player is what makes their team good.
How many
MVPs have had a horrible record and won it?
That's what I'm
in
saying.
history.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Like Dre just said, top 6, like number 6 seed in the playoffs, give him MVP. I'm asking you the same thing, or does he need to do better?
He got to do better.
That's personal bias. That's personal bias.
I'm gonna
tell you why that's personal bias.
Also,
I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Westbrook, MVP, average a triple double
every game though. And their team
he averaged a triple double,
and their team was good.
Their team was a 6th seed.
That's
6th or 5th
in the
seed.
Western Conference.
What does that mean?
The Western Conference.
The competition was tougher back then.
What?
Come on, Zeke. Let's not listen. The number 6 seed in the West might have the same record as the number 8th team or 9th team in the East. Until they went to play-in format, come on, bro. Stop it.
The number 6 team in the West was like number 2 in the East.
Bruh, the Eastern Conference back then, if you were 40-40, you were in the number 8th seed. There were teams in the East that won 46 games in the West that didn't make the playoffs.
There were teams under 500 that made the playoffs.
That's what
in
I'm
the
saying.
East.
So come on, let's not act like Rusty wasn't balling out that year with OKC when they won the MVP.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
In fact, didn't they play in the finals that year?
No, they did not.
Wasn't that the breakup year?
They got put out that was the year that Westbrook was just him in OKC. It was just him.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Because I think what's it called? Was it with Golden State?
Let me see here. MVP awards
2017. Who won it that year in 2017?
The most valuable players are as follows. 2022 Joker, 21 Joker, Giannis back-to-back, Harden 18.
I just told him it was 2017.
Westbrook was 17. When did
Hold on.
KD join?
KD had left the Thunder for the Golden State Warriors. And it was just him.
You're right.
It was just him.
You're right. And the Thunder that year,
they finished 6th seed and 47 wins.
And that's more than the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference had. Come on, man. Get a man some respect. Old Russell is who we should be respecting. This new one is the one we should be like,
Well, my point is this. If Luka keeps this pace up, and Dallas Mavericks make 6th seed or say 6th seed, they make 6th seed MVP.
As long as Giannis and Joker are playing, there should be no other MVP right now.
Are you smoking?
No, because the case should be made that LeBron should have more than 4.
Yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Giannis.
LeBron James now ain't getting close to it.
No, but
we're talking about right now.
I don't think Luka's better than Joker or Giannis or Jason Tatum for that fact. I don't think he's better than none of those players.
You said the same thing. I think I got personal bias, but
said
I'm saying if he keeps this pace up, 31.8, 7.7. I'm sorry, 10 rebounds and 7.7 assists. Should he and his team finishes with a 6th seed? That's a guaranteed playoff spot. He shouldn't win MVP.
No.
He's not better than any other player.
Giannis does the same. Giannis does the same stat line.
No, I'm gonna know 7.7 assists.
Giannis is averaging 30, 12, and like 6.3.
Okay. Let's see.
And they're number 2 in their division.
Bro, I'm gonna get you a Luka jersey for your birthday.
That'd be cool.
He find any excuse to bring Luka.
I'm just asking.
Man,
First of all, I'm not the only person.
I'm like Malcolm. Man, Luther. Dr. King.
LeBron for him, Luka for you, Steph for me.
I refuse to buy a Steph jersey.
No, I'm talking about the player we protect.
I would walk around butt naked if I wear a Steph Curry jersey. Or especially a Luka.
Oh, I would never. I don't even wear a jersey, but I would never wear it.
Yeah,
what did he do to y'all? What did he do to y'all?
I have a personal vendetta against him.
Exactly, for no reason.
Nothing against another person.
Luka is a good player, but he's a crybaby, and his team, yep, they need him, but Luka is not someone that you can build a team around.
Wow. All right, we're going to wrap up on that. This has been another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy, Big Zeke.
Dre, check us out, folks. We appreciate Wait. Ain't that what we do, right? That's what I've been doing. No, don't mess up the flow.
Can we
go ahead, Kesey? I'm sorry.
Let's
rewind it. Just do it again.
Shout out to my boy Kesey.
Oh, okay.
It's been another good one. Y'all appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah. Check us out.
Agree with us?
Probably not. Check us out on social media, folks, at 94 Feet Podcast on the gram. Follow us. We follow back. Twitterverse. Zeke is on the Twitter all the time, talking smack.
All right, cool.
Facebook, we there. TikTok,
there.
not just yet, but soon because we're adults. Check us out on Spreakers,
Spotify,
Amazon,
iTunes,
Apple,
StreamYard, and we have a YouTube page now.
Oh, we do have a YouTube page. We would really like to follow. You can catch us. You can catch us doing live episodes there. You can catch us posting other little clips and stuff like that. We're getting better with the social media thing. We old. Anyways, what? You old too?
No, you can speak for yourself. Rudolph.
And we're out.
94 Feet Nation, baby.
94